Alright, Assalamualaikum. So kita nak sambung dengan projectile motion. Okay, so basic knowledge that we have, we should have for projectile motion is the linear kinematics equation yang awal kita belajar tu, which are V equals to U plus AT. And then you have V square equals to U square plus 2AS. And the next one S equals to UT plus half AT square. Okay, so equation ni yang kita akan tengok. And then we're gonna convert this equation into two component. Okay, so kita akan tengok untuk X component and then Y component. Okay, because we know that projectile consists of two-dimensional. Okay, ada dua dimension untuk projectile motion. So every time you want to do calculation, you have to divide into X component and also Y component. Okay, so the information that we have for X component, we have acceleration AX is always equals to 0. Right, while for Y component, your acceleration AY is equals with negative G. Therefore, the equation for V equals to U plus AT, so dia akan jadi Vx equals to Ux sahaja, because A equals to 0, so A0 times T equals to 0 lah, hilang AT dekat belakang. Okay, the next one for Y component, what you're gonna have is Vy equals to Uy minus GT. Okay, so you nampak dekat sini lah, kita substitute A dengan negative G. The second equation what you're gonna have, Vx square equals to Ux square. Belakang hilang because ada acceleration kan. But we know that both square, kita square it so akan dapat yang sama. So basically you akan dapat Vx equals to Ux jugalah. Okay, so biasanya memang kita tak tulis lagi lah because dah sama dengan equation yang belah atas. But for Y component, what you're gonna have is Vy square equals to Uy square minus 2GSY. Alright, and the last one, the last equation, you have Sx equals to Uxt. Okay, half AT squared tu hilang sebab A equals to 0. And for Y component, you have Sy equals to Uyt minus half GT square. Okay, so now you have the equation for X component and also Y component. Okay, so saya padamkan dekat sini so that you will see that X component you only have 2 equation. For Y component you have 3 equation. So ini je equation yang kita akan guna balik again and again. Alright, selesai for that one. Okay, now let's look at if we have a full projectile motion. Okay, apa maksud full projectile motion is something like this. Okay, bermula pada level A dekat sini dan berakhir di level yang sama dekat sini B, point B. Alright, so over here, the distance between point A and B, yang ni kita panggil sebagai range ataupun Sx. Okay, and let's say we have the U over here, okay, the initial velocity with the angle theta above x-axis. Okay, so dekat sini daripada this one, bila kita lukiskan triangle, we can see that, so ini U awak tadi, alright, and this one is the theta. So Ux will be here and Uy will be here. So it means that you're gonna have the equation Ux is equals with U cos theta. Okay, this one kan. Alright, so untuk Uy pula, you're gonna have U sin theta. Okay, so this equation will apply in any projectile motion punya soalan. Okay, so itu memang dah wajib, memang dia confirm lah. Ux equals to U cos theta, Uy equals to U sin theta. Okay, alright. Another thing that you have to know is, okay, at the maximum height, okay, dekat maximum height, H maximum. Okay, so this one you memang tahu dah. The value of Vy over here is equals to 0. Okay, sebab dia nak ubah direction, so the velocity will become 0. But it's only for Vy. Okay, Vx tak. Because we have Vx is always equals to Ux, at any point. Okay, sebab dia tak ada pengaruh acceleration dekat situ. Alright, so selesai that one. Alright, now, so some of the question, they will ask you to calculate H maximum. Okay, so dekat sini, H maximum. So bila dekat H maximum di sini, alright, so it means that you want to calculate the SY value. Okay, but at the same time, you must use the information Vy equals to 0. So equation apa yang ada SY dan juga Vy? Okay, so kita tengok balik. The equation that we have is Vy square equals to Uy square minus 2GSY. Alright. Okay, so wajib kan bila nak cari maximum height, you mesti gunakan formula yang ada Vy so that you can substitute Vy equals to 0. Okay, so this one equals to 0. Then you have Uy square minus 2GSY. Okay, so yang selebihnya macam biasalah. You akan ada dapat SY dekat sini. Uy square divided by 2G. Alright, so the equation you don't have to memorize. Okay, yang paling penting you tahu equation equation mana yang perlu digunakan. And then buat substitution macam biasa. Okay, alright, and one more, the information that the question won't state in there, dia tak sebut pun dalam soalan, but you know already. Okay, if the question asks the total time of flight, okay, maksudnya masa bola ini terbang dari point A sampailah ke point B. Alright, so sampai sahaja point B over here, the value of SY over here equals to 0. Kenapa equals to 0? Because A dan B berada pada level yang sama. Okay, ketinggian yang sama. A dengan B pada level yang sama. So, SY equals to 0. Again, why? Because SY is displacement. It's not a distance. It's a displacement. Okay, so daripada A ke B level yang sama, maksudnya displacement dia sama dengan kosong. Okay, kenapa kita penting tahu tentang SY equals to 0? So tadi kalau soalan tanya, what is the time of flight? Okay, total time of flight. And we know that untuk full projectile motion, okay, bila sampai dekat endpoint, your SY equals to 0. So, macam tadi juga, you want to calculate time, and then you want to use the equation yang ada SY, so you pilihlah equation yang sesuai dekat sini. So, therefore, you will have equation SY equals to UYT minus half GT square. Okay, alright, so you have SY equals to 0, UYT minus half GT square. Alright, and then you rearrange macam biasalah untuk cari time of flight dekat sini. Okay, so ini antara equation yang memang selalu digunakan. Nak cari time je, you akan guna SY equals to UYT minus half GT square. Melainkan case-case yang lain lah. Okay, yang saya tunjuk ni baru full projectile motion. Right, so ini paling basic yang paling you kena fahamkan. Okay, di mana SX, di mana SY, apa yang dimaksudkan VY equals to 0. Okay, next video saya akan tunjukkan pula the case that we can have in projectile motion. Okay, dan juga hidden information yang ada pada soalan. Okay, dia tak sebut dalam soalan, tapi bila you tengok gambar rajah ataupun you lukiskan gambar rajah, you know some of the information yang memang adalah dekat situ. Alright, so itu sahaja. Thank you.